to cut my winter store. I met a wee lassie coming down, my heart was mine no more. Hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-daddy, hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-day. Her hair was as dark as the mountain turf, her eye the peat fire flame. Had I to lose my heart to her on me, there was no blame. Hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-daddy, hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-day. Her neck as white as a candle on her lips, like Rowan's red. As soon as I had told my love, I asked when we might wed. Hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-daddy, hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-day. We roamed the hills in the morning light, down by the clear brook side. Her heart was as warm as a summer's day when she said she'd be my bride. Hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-daddy, hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-day, hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-daddy, hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-day. And now beneath my stowing cot she shares the amber glow of turf we gathered on the hill that is now clad with snow. Hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-daddy, hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-day, hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-daddy, hey, rick-a-doo. Sure, I was a bird alone in trough, and now I'm one of three. I bless the day I found my love on the slopes of Slieve the Mee. Hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-daddy, hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-day, 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 hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-day, hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-daddy, hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-day, hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-daddy, hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-day, hey, rick-a-doo, rick-a-day.
while the lonesome hours of winter provide both frost and snow. Clouds around us gather, and stormy winds do blow. You're the girl that I have chosen to be my only dear, but your scornful heart is frozen and fast locked up, I fear. I went one night to see my love, she proved most scornfully. I asked her would she marry, to which she paid no heed. The night is nearly past and gone, near the break of day. I'm waiting for your answer, my dear, what do you say? Since you must have an answer, I choose a single life. It never was my intention to ever become your wife. Now take that for an answer, for myself I will provide. I've chosen another sweetheart, and you to cast aside. Since you are for changing the old love for the new, I will go arranging and roam this country through, in hopes to find some pretty fair maid more pleasing to my will. While the world is wide and lonesome, dear, if you don't, another will. I know you have great riches and more you'd like to gain. You won my young affection, which now you do disdain. Those riches will not last you long, they melt away like snow. When poverty does press you, dear, you'll think on me, I know. While some folks do seek pleasure, but I know pleasure find. The little bird sings sweetly along on every vine. The little bird sings sweetly, pleasing and divine. So would my joys be flowing tonight if Nancy were only mine.
'Twas in the golden harvest time, when summer roses fade, and nature mourns her dying bloom in every rural shade. 'Twas o'er the yellow fields I strayed as evening died away, to view the angel of my heart, sweet Mary of Lochray. I came to the appointed place, but Mary was not there. The evening dew lay undisturbed on blade and floweret fair. The shadow of some sad event seemed darkening my way, but yet I hoped I soon would see sweet Mary of Lochray. The morning sun shone from the east in soft shades of green and gold, and brightly o'er the shining mist in every sleepy fold. Oh, from her lonely cottage came a shriek of wild dismay. I rushed therein, but cold in death lay my wild rose of Lochray. Oh, Mary, why did nature make you beautiful and bright? And why did nature clothe you in her richest robes of white? 'Twas the heavens grew jealous of the earth and hastened you away. Both night and day I'll pray for you, sweet Mary of Lochray. The sun will miss the glowing of your bright and shining hair. The youth will miss you at the dance on Sunday evening fair. The grass will miss your fairy steps that washed its dew away. But I will miss you most of all, sweet Mary of Lochray. No more your sweet voice will be heard in the dewy milking barn, all with your coil around you in the pale moonlight of dawn. Some other maid may sing your songs while you're in the clay, but blessed God, my heart will break for you, Mary of Lochray.
Oh, here's a heaven to all true lovers. took my leave and from her did go. I took my leave and from her did go.
There once was a king, and a very great king, and a king of muckle fame.
Hello and welcome to Éigse.
Hi everybody! Welcome to Éigse CIM, our virtual gala event. Grab a beverage, have a seat, welcome in.
Good evening, everyone.
Welcome to Éigse CIM.
Welcome to Éigse.
Hello and welcome.
Sé bhfuil maithe ag an ihe speisialta seo Éigse CIM.
Welcome to Éigse.
Have a great night.
Welcome to Éigse,
A virtual gala event.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome to Éigse 2021, all the way from Ireland.
I recommend you grab some food and drink and settle in for a cozy time with Irish music, songs and dance.
Tá Fultarh go Éigse CIM, a virtual gala event. Is Tranonawa Cholagana.
Welcome to an Éigse unlike any other.
Hi, everyone.
Hi!
Welcome to Éigse, everybody!
Fáilte mór, go dtí ócáid an speisialta anocht, Éigse CIM 2021. Tásúla gom go mbeidh ansalt as an gceol córa is sprí le chéile anocht.
Welcome to Éigse.
We're so happy you're here to support the Centre for Irish Music.
Have a great night.
Welcome everybody to Éigse CIM, a virtual gala event 2021. Would you believe it? Here we are again. Sit back, relax, grab your device to stay connected with us, whatever you're having yourself, and hopefully you have a meal. Maybe you got the recipes in the post. Did you? Maybe you've got a lovely drink that you've made. Maybe you're making one for me. I'll have it over here. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, Brian and Nora are in the Celtic Junction like we would have been, bar for what's going on. I mean, we never let a blizzard stop us. Do you think we were going to let a pandemic? Anyway, we're doing it virtually. You're here, I'm here, they're there. We're everywhere together. So close your eyes. Take one moment, close your eyes with me, and imagine you've gone through the cold, you've walked up the steps to the Celtic Junction, knocked off the snow from your feet, and you've walked into this beautiful winter wonderland with stars hung everywhere by Natalie O'Shea. And you're sitting down to a beautiful table. For every year, for the last 11 years, the volunteers, students and adults, parents, strangers from off the street are serving food to you at the table. And there's beautiful decorations everywhere. There's a lovely wintry feeling. And the finest of Irish musicians are about to play for you. Open your eyes now, and you can still be there for the next 2 hours. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, what are we going to have? We're going to have exactly that, only in the comfort of your own home, or wherever you are right now. And so, tonight, it's going to be a beautiful, joyous celebration of traditional music stories about the students of the Centre for Irish Music. But just to let you know, it's not all crack. Tonight is a big fundraiser. We, as the common collective of the Centre for Irish Music, have been climbing this massive mountain. And like those that go up Everest, the higher you go, the harder it is to get oxygen. So now, as the school has grown to almost 400 students, with 22 fully employed musicians as teachers, instructors, and mentors, the need for more oxygen is greater. And we're looking to raise 40,000 American dollars tonight. That's not even 1 Bitcoin. So, if you have it in you to send it in tonight, we'll be here waiting. We have $20,000 already given from an anonymous foundation and the Tim and Kim Scanlon Fund. And if they are going to set it down on the table, we need to match it. So whatever we can give, they're going to match it up to $20,000. So all we have to do really is $20,000 tonight. That's about 1/3 of a Bitcoin if you have them. I don't have any, but if I did, I probably wouldn't be here. Anyway, so with that, we have a silent auction, which is another great way to give. We have loads and loads of things on the silent auction. You can check it out at centreforirishmusic.org/Gaela. And if you're going to post on Facebook, don't forget the hashtag GaelaCIM. So we have loads of donations. There's a buy it now button if you're not up for the game. And if you're just up for the game of winning in the silent auction and you don't live in Minnesota and you can't collect it personally, you can just give it away to someone. But if you've bid already and you're really anxious to get it, nobody's mailing it. So you can get on to admin@centreforirishmusic.org and they'll sort something out. Anyway, so as well as that, we'd like to thank our 2021 event sponsors. We have the best of sponsors who have been there at our back when we need them. Larkin Hoffman Attorneys, Celtic Junction Arts Centre, Irish On Grand, Tin Whiskers Brewing, Dubliner Pub and Century Link. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? The community is coming together. For tonight, we are creating community through the music. So thanks very much to the Friends of CIM, the Irish Music and Dance Association, Rinkin Cree Irish Dance, O'Shea Irish Dance, Irish Fair of Minnesota, who helped publicise this great event. And you can be part of that help too by publicising it, sharing it on your social media. Hashtag Gaela CIM. That's GAELA. Anyway, you can donate now at centreforirishmusic.org/Gaela. That's GAELA. Or you can call at 651-815-0083. Imagine that, making a phone call to someone. That's astounding, isn't it? Or better yet, you can send a check. Or even better than that, if you want to get in your car with a silver briefcase handcuffed to your wrist, you can come down with a bag load of money. We'll take whatever you like, whichever way you like to give it. Anyway, not to delay us any further, just to let you know that now we are going to go and we're going to show you what's happened over the last 17 years for the Centre of Irish Music, building up from the imagination of the people of St. Paul, Minnesota, and what they have grown into over the last 17 years. Come with us now on this magic journey where we'll show you how the magic is made and make you want to be a part of it.
You want to start with the hornpipe?
Sure. Are you ready, Maeve?
No.
Hello, Centre for Irish Music. This is Erica.
The Centre for Irish Music was started in 2004. Okay. We have over 300 students that we serve every year through our different events and classes.
The Centre for Irish Music has a wonderful space built to our specifications here in a building called the Celtic Junction. We have 7 studios for private lessons and a larger room for group classes. It's just a wonderful space specifically built for teaching music. We offer private lessons on most of the instruments that are common in Irish traditional music, so whistle, wooden flute, fiddle, bodhrán, button accordion, guitar, bouzouki, piano, probably leaving something out.
My aim now is going to be able to play this tune through correctly, at least with all the notes, at least once and send it to you.
A lot of our teachers are performers, and a lot of them have spent a lifetime learning Irish traditional music.
All the serious musicians are learners themselves, and they're interested in how things work, and they study other musicians, they listen to them, and they're fascinated by trying to work out what they're doing.
And the teachers here, they really support the students' interests and help us develop as musicians.
arguably the most talented musicians in traditional Irish music today, working here at the Centre for Irish Music. It is such a gift to the community.
I'm fascinated by, all the different aspects of the music and trying to understand them. And I think if you're fascinated by something, then you enjoy sharing that with other people. You feel as if when you're doing music that you're doing something important, but it's not materialistically important. So when I'm teaching, I feel as if I'm actually giving something to somebody, I'm sharing.
Do you know the name of this song?
I think it's called Jimmy Ward's.
Jimmy Ward's?
I'll double check it, yeah. So there are two, I have the recording of two tunes, Jimmy Ward's Barn Dances. I've been lucky enough to meet so many wonderful musicians and to point out what is wonderful about these people gives me a great pleasure.
Your hand is moving like this.
Sounds good, guys.
Like, wow, this is really bouncy and good, and I turned around and they were all standing up.
Guys are cut out to be performers.
Totally.
One of the biggest parts of traditional music is the community aspect of it, the intergenerational aspect of it.
We talk about handing down the tradition. It's so focused on community and community interaction and people interacting, especially the kids.
One of the things I really like about Irish music here, you've got little kids, you've got kids, teenagers, young adults, middle-aged people, and people like myself who are beyond middle age, all here for the same reason, to enjoy this music.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Éigse CIM, a virtual gala event. My name is Nora Rendell, and this is my husband, Brian Miller.
Good evening.
And we are so happy to have you here tonight. There's over 400 people registered and probably many more attending tonight. And we're just so happy to have you here. We are on a little date here, and it's a special date with you. And this is a rare occasion because we have two young children. And so thank you for this opportunity. And thank you for joining us. So for those of you who know us, we miss you, and we really wish that we were with you in person. And but this is amazing too. And so thank you for joining us. And for those of you who are new, welcome to the Centre for Irish Music. We are right now at the Celtic Junction Arts Centre, which is right in the Hamlin Midway area of St. Paul. And it's the home of the Centre for Irish Music. And there's all sorts of things that happen here at the Celtic Junction Arts Centre. And they have amazing virtual events and classes that are happening during this time as well. So if you are new, welcome to this whole situation and this whole scene. You're going to learn a lot about traditional Irish music tonight, and you're going to get to hear some beautiful music and be inspired. Maybe you'll be signing up for uilleann pipe lessons by the end of tonight. So there's people joining us from as far away as Thailand, Bowen Island, Victoria, BC, and California, Florida, and Bemidji, and Maine. We have people from all over joining us. So welcome. We hope you have a wonderful night. And I think this date needs a little bit of maybe some beer tonight. So Liam, are you here? Could you bring something for us? Oh, that'd be great. I hope you have some beverages at home. Liam, maybe you could bring the can as well. Thank you. Liam is a student at the Centre for Irish Music. He is a piper. And
is this the kind of training that we have here?
Piano player. He also happens to be a wonderful server. So tonight we are drinking Tin Whiskers Irish Cream Stout. A very fitting drink for tonight. Tin Whiskers is sponsoring this event. So I'm going to hand it over to my husband, Brian Miller, who is going to propose our first toast of the evening. So, Brian.
Yes, indeed. Welcome, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. We suddenly changed the format of our teaching last March, and we were worried that none of our students would tune in for their next lesson, but they did. And of course, with the lessons online, so has our fundraiser moved online, and we're so thankful that you tune in with us tonight. And so I thought I would do a toast in honor of all of you who are joining us from your homes or wherever it is you're at. And I was thinking, the mission of the Centre for Irish Music is to hand down traditional music to the next generation.
And even as an organization, our mission, that mission, and our work in the community was really handed down to us by people that came before us here in the Twin Cities. And St. Paul in particular has a lot of pride around maintaining the Irish traditions and music and dance, and it goes back a long time here. So I thought what I would do actually is I'm going to sing the last verse of a song, and this was written by a man from Tipperary who came to Minnesota named Paddy Hill, and Paddy Hill was one of the founders of the Irish American Club of St. Paul. Back right after World War II they got started. So this is an earlier generation, but I thought this was really fitting for the Center for Irish Music, and he's reflecting in the song about the work that that organization did, and there's so many parallels with the work that we're doing here at the Center for Irish Music. So I'll sing this for you, and this will be the toast. So I'll see if I can sing and hold up this well-poured pint here at the same time. There we go, that's the right spot. We all feel quite elated at how high our club is rated. The part that I donated, I feel is rather small. It will always give me pleasure. Fond thoughts I'll always treasure of the friendships true and wholesome cultivated in St. Paul. We'll prove our reputation to our people round the nation. Let no jealousy or discord within our ranks prevail. We'll show our hospitality to every nationality, and our fame will be re-echoed to the shores of Inishvale. So here's to you at home. Thanks for tuning in. To all of our guests tonight, cheers.
To our guests, sláinte. So, thank you so much, Brian. It's wonderful. Just like a normal date, he sings out loud all the time in the restaurants.
Common when we go out.
It's kind of embarrassing, but
it's good. The dancing will happen later.
It's true. Hopefully not. So we are. This is a fundraiser, and so we are hoping that you will find some generosity and make a donation to the Center for Irish Music tonight to support the school. And any donations can be made. You can scan this QR code that you have on the screen to make a donation, or you can go to our website. And this is streaming on YouTube and Facebook. So hello to everybody out there on social media. If you sign into the QR code, you can make a donation that way. So the first $20,000 that we raise tonight, if we can reach our goal, will be matched. Thank you to Foundation and Anonymous Foundation, and to Tim and Kim Scanlon. Also, go to the silent auction and bid. There's some fantastic stuff there, beautiful things. And if you give $100 or more, you will get a Celtic bookmark in the mail and donations of $500 or more tonight. You'll get a shout out by Martine de Kogan, our corkman, and so you might want to do that. Might be a good idea. So we're going to move on to the music finally. The school has been here for 16 years. We're in our 17th year of handing down the tradition to the next generation of musicians in our community. Something that I never even had really thought through, because I think I was so young when I started directing the school 10 years ago, was that eventually we'd have these amazing musicians to play with for the rest of our lives. And so this next piece is going to be played by the Taking Flight Collective, which is a group of musicians, just 3 musicians, Adrian O'Shea, Joe DiGiorgio, and Ian McKenna, and they are going to play 3 Reels for You. And this is a recording that they made back in October right here at the Celtic Junction Art Center, and they are incredible musicians and incredible people, and I know you'll really enjoy this. So here you go, the Taking Flight Collective.
We're going to start off with a set of reels, and they're called The Bag of Spuds, The Maid in the Cherry Tree, and The Green Groves of Erin. And these are all tunes that I think we learned from Sean Gavin. So this set is for him because we miss him a lot in the cold Minnesota.
You're watching Éigse CIM, a virtual Gaela event in support of traditional Irish music education in Minnesota. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Martin the Kogan. I'm here in San Diego. Usually this time of year, I would be out in St. Paul, Minnesota. But look, this is where we are, and we're delighted to be together right now, raising needy funds with a beautiful evening, creating community through Irish music. Well, let me tell you that we have an update with the fund. The news is coming up here on my left, your right as you're watching. We have $6,000 raised already, and we're not even a half an hour into the show. Double that, that's $12,000, right? But with $6,000 raised of what we really need to go. Hold on, Asia might correct me, we might be only 3. But who is there that wants to give more? Because if you give $100, just scan this code and you can donate here, or go to centerforirishmusic.org/Gaela, and you can donate $100 or more, and you will get a Celtic bookmark, a handmade Celtic bookmark. It'll be paid to you in the mail. And so with that, if you want to donate $500, I'll mention your name here with a big shout out, and I'm going to give a few shout outs now. I'm going to give a big shout out to Tim and Kim Scanlon. They've come into the school in the last number of years, and they are a great driver behind the ideas that the people with dreams have in the Centre for Irish Music. Tim and Kim are there to support them every part of the way, and they're a matching donor for tonight. With them, we have Hugh McMiniman and Jan and Mike Casey have given over the $500 mark. Well, with that, I know I've had some texts in here saying, Martin, are you going to sing? You usually sing at the start of the show. Well, there's so much beautiful, great talent here tonight. I don't really want to be taking up their time. But if you want me to sing, we're going to let me sing. The whole people here and there and everywhere are going to let me sing if you donate over $2,500. Is that worth the price of a song? Maybe. Even you can call the song. I can even do Johnny Cash nowadays. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let us not delay any further, but go over to the silent auction when your mind is multitasking. There's still a load of bids that need to be hit with the buy now button. Or you can set a max bid. It's amazing. You just put the amount of bid you want, and you and someone else can play the game to see who wins. It's very exciting. You don't have to leave your seat. But while that's going on until 8:30, that's when it's all going to close, we'll keep the entertainment going with something fabulous and something live. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the masked players in the Celtic Junction. We have Danny Diamond all the way from Belfast, brought over by the love of a woman and the chance of a full-time job at the Celtic Junction with the Centre for Irish Music, teaching Irish music in Minnesota. He's there with the love of his life, Anna Lethard, and the musical partnership that he has grown with, Brian Miller. And they're bringing out a new album that they've created through these last few months, sitting at home in respective houses. And they're going to launch it and let it fly. This is them, ladies and gentlemen, live from the Celtic Junction Arts Centre, and they're going to release the album. They're going to let it fly like the doves in St. Peter's Square. Next week at the Celtic Junction Arts Centre Facebook page. Are you going to be there? You could be right here where you are, watching them there. Anyway, this is a sneak preview of their new album, Let It Fly. Roll it there, Michelle.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here tonight to contribute to this special occasion. Brian and I are going to play a few tunes. Very excited to be able to play together in a situation that doesn't involve webcams and, things like that, intermediating. Here in real life. Unbelievable. And great to have Anna to dance too. We're going to play a few tunes from an album that we have, a duo album, which is launching the weekend coming next weekend, called Let Fly. And these tunes are the Ivy Leaf. It's the middle one. The last one is a tune from Jerry Holland called Just Cruisin'. And the first one is the Hare's Paw. Thanks, Brian. Here we go.
And with the switch over to the online, I've just been so impressed at how the instructors have continued the momentum, have continued the enthusiasm, have given these children, have given the students, the musicians, an outlet to continue exploring their talents. The kids were able to stay engaged. They were able to see their ensemble mates. Our whole family is more engaged with our youngest child, whereas before maybe she would have been in the classroom with the teacher. Now both my husband and I are able to be with her during her song class, and she enjoys playing instruments with us. She enjoys sharing the time with us, and we enjoy participating in the songs and learning right along with her. Charlie picks up that mandolin any chance he gets. My desk is right outside his door, so he's in the virtual classes, and I'm being entertained by the mandolin. That the pandemic might not be so great for a senior year, but for the mandolin, it's working out really well.
The way Irish music has worked in my life since COVID is that it's like a therapy for me. It's a way of focusing, and Irish music is so delightful that it's great to focus on it. Incredibly, it goes very smoothly, very well. Mary's set up really well, and I can always hear what she's teaching, what she's demonstrating, and it feels very personable. And I've also felt a connection through Irish music to the people that I don't get to see in person.
I'm part of the Red Wings ensemble, and it's a fun experience to play with other kids like me. In the ensemble, there's a piano, a tin whistle, accordion, and a fiddle. And of course me, a banjo. With the online lessons, there are, it's okay because I'm muted and I'm hearing the other person play, so I can just play along with them. But I suppose it's a little harder than playing in person. It's really fun to play together with two people playing together the same song at once. That's awesome.
It's new for us. It's new for our family to be exposed to Irish music, but it's been really wonderful to see Colin learn all these songs all by ear and to remember them. And it's just such a wonderful way to bring music into our family and into our home. That's what I love about it.
It's a challenge for kids to learn an instrument, but it's really, really important, and they have to learn how to learn. It's been a good learning experience for Vincent, and he's just getting those tunes into his head and into his fingers, and it's been a good thing to be able to do during the pandemic. It's wonderful to have a cultural activity like playing Irish music to sort of counterbalance some of the other mass media type activities that kids get into. Online is a challenge for a 9-year-old very active boy. So Ian's patience, the patience of Job really, is very important in keeping that process going and keeping that personal connection going, which is really, really important.
It's interesting to be doing online lessons in music, and especially with such little kids. They've been home now for a year from their daycare preschool environment, and so I'm keenly aware of how sometimes ridiculous it is to do things online with kids their age. With music, it's different, and I think they're very adaptable as kids. I do think it helps that they already had a relationship with Éigse, and so they're seeing a familiar face, and they're seeing some of the kids that they knew from classes before. This has been kind of a big part of their lives in some ways, so I think that they were set up to have this be like a normal part of their continuing life, even though nothing else is normal about their lives anymore. The teachers have made it really fun and interesting, and it's something that, you know, it's an hour a week, but then, or less than that, but then they are, you know, taking it through the rest of their week and engaging with it. So like our 3-year-old Cal, for every nap and every bedtime, we have to sing Safe Home. So it is like, okay, so it's not just class, it's like our whole life is Irish music.
I can think of many reasons why people ought to support the Center for Irish Music. One of them, just what's happening now. I'm just so thankful that the center has continued teaching music and bringing music into people's homes.
It's like the bright gem in the crown of the arts in the Twin Cities. It's unique. I don't think there's any other place like it in this area.
So we really haven't had any crises up to our present COVID, and that has turned out to be an opportunity. With our online scheduling and classes, we've attracted people from all over the country, even some from out of the country, and folks giving lessons that aren't our normal instructors.
Just high quality teachers who are performing musicians, they're recording musicians, composing musicians.
To be honest, they were right on the ball, right at the beginning. Let's bring this online and let's just keep on going. Let's do this safely and still have a lot of fun. So just that in itself, I think, speaks wonders to the organization.
Just such a wonderful atmosphere of nurturing and raising up the younger generation and perpetuating the tradition in a very pure way.
It is so wonderful to see all the students play and to hear our students playing and talking about what it's like to be a student at the Center for Irish Music, especially right now during COVID. It's been a really hard time for our students, and it's just wonderful to hear them play and to see their beautiful faces and to hear them play together. So my name's Nora Rendell, and I'm the Executive Artistic Director of the Center for Irish Music. This is my husband, Brian, and we are here live from the Celtic Junction Arts Center. This is a fundraiser. This is Éigse CIM, a virtual gala event. The first ever, maybe the first and ever only. We never know exactly what is coming in the future. So tonight we are raising, our goal is to raise $40,000 for the school. And we have $20,000 matching funds available tonight. And so we are encouraging everyone, every dollar you give will go, will become $2 thanks to an anonymous family foundation and to Tim and Kim Scanlon. So please be generous tonight and help support the tradition. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about why I think the Center for Irish Music is an important organization. I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia, and way up in Canada, and hello to all the Canadians out there. I know there's a few of you out there. I miss you. And So this has been a hard time for all of us, and I don't really need to say it over and over again, but I know that you all relate. And traditional Irish music, what I was going to say is I'm from Vancouver, and I am not Irish. I do not have Irish heritage. But when I was in my early 20s, I was in Montreal, living in Montreal, doing a music degree in early music, and fell in love with Irish music. It was at the pubs. I will admit that's where I heard all the music. I met a wonderful musician from Cirque du Soleil who played traditional Irish music, and she said, "Nora, come to a session." And I started getting a sense of how it worked, and I loved the music and wanted to be around it all the time. So I started learning, and it's a very long story that I won't tell you the whole thing. But basically, I feel like I've been adopted into the Irish tradition through my passion for the music. And I think that one of the things that is wonderful about the Center for Irish Music is it makes Irish music accessible to everyone, because it offers lessons, it offers classes, it offers great education. And if you love Irish music, Irish culture, Irish language, the Irish tradition, you can learn about it and you can be a part of it. Ireland has a very fascinating history, and there are as many, actually more people from Ireland living outside of Ireland than there are in the country. That is still true today. And so the Irish people, they are everywhere, and the culture, the music, the language, the traditions are so important, and anyone who is really interested in them in a genuine way is welcome to be a part of it. So the Center for Irish Music is really a big part of that, and I have felt welcomed into the tradition, and I think it's so important these days when we are disconnected from one another physically to have something that brings us together. So for us, it's music, it's tunes, it's specific reels, it's jigs, it's trying to get the rhythm right, it's learning a beautiful air that has a long story or a beautiful song behind it. It's learning a tune that your friend plays so that you can play along with them. And it's not easy to do. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of energy, it takes mentorship and friendships, and it's a practice. It's a practice like all sorts of things are a practice, like running, like yoga, like sports, like dance, like faith. And so I think Irish traditional music is one of those things that has helped carry us through the past year. It's been almost a year that we've been apart from one another, and so tonight we're raising money to support all of that. We have 23 instructors at the school who are passionate musicians, they're recording artists, they're world-class musicians, and they have dedicated a lot of their resources to teaching. And a lot of musicians don't do that, they don't want to do that. But all the people here at the Center for Irish Music have decided it's important. And we've come together. It's like a big group project. It's a big community project. So the programs that we have, more than our weekly lessons, our weekly classes, our ensembles, we have an instrument rental program. We have a very active financial aid program. We offer the Minnesota Irish Music Weekend every year, which is a festival I'll tell you more about later. We have music for children programs, and we do a lot of outreach as well. So it's a lot more than just a music school, and we are so dedicated to handing down the tradition right here in Minnesota. So tonight, I suppose one of the challenges right now as an arts administrator, I used to be just a musician and now I'm an arts administrator as well, but one of the challenges right now that I'm sure a lot of you would relate to is we don't, normally I say, we're raising money for this specifically. We're raising money for this specifically. This year, we are raising money for the future and for right now. And we don't know exactly what is coming for us in the next few months, in the next 6 months, in the next year. We are confident that whatever comes our way, we'll be able to connect you to Irish music. We were able to transition to an online music school within 4 or 5 days, and everybody just jumped to and went for it and accepted the reality quickly and adapted and worked together because it was important to all of us. And so as we move forward into the summer and into the fall, Your support tonight is going to help us adapt. It's going to help us be able to go, all right, this is what's happening next week. Let's do that. This is what's happening in a few months. Let's do that. This is what the government says we need to do. Okay, let's do that. And we can make music this way together. We can keep learning. We can keep practicing this tradition that we love. So tonight, that's what you're supporting. And I want to thank you so much for being here with us tonight. And I'm going to hand it over to Brian. I guess one of the things that's really specific and that I know we need to do is we need to definitely design a new website. Because whatever our current or our future reality is going to be is definitely going to rely on a good web presence. Seems to be almost as important or actually more important than a real presence, an in-person presence. So a new website is very costly, and that's something that we are going to be investing in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months with your support. So any amount you can give tonight will be matched up to $20,000. We'll get a fundraising update from Martine very soon. And thank you so much for being here tonight. But $1, $2, $3, $5,000, all of those amounts make a huge difference to us. Thank you so much. And I'm going to hand it over to Brian. I've said enough. Brian's going to introduce our next musical thing that has happening.
Yes, we're going to hear from one of our fantastic instructors now, the incredible Dahi Sproul. Dahi, like Nora, I guess, and like Danny Diamond, that I just got to play some tunes with there, is an immigrant to Minnesota from Ireland. And Dahi's going to talk a little bit about what being involved at the Center for Irish Music means to him and how important it's been to him to be able to hand down the tradition that he grew up with in Ireland. And then he's going to do one of these cool online collaborations with one of our former students, Victoria Pierce, who took lessons here. And she actually went the other direction. She's actually over in Ireland right now, writing out the pandemic in Waterford. So here's Dahi.
My name is Dahi Sproul, and I am a teacher at the Centre for Irish Music. I teach songs, traditional Irish songs, in the English language and in the Irish language, and I teach guitar, and also occasional courses on Irish poetry and translation, early Irish history, and so on. I'm from Derry in the north of Ireland, and as a teenager I used to go to the west of Donegal to a place called Ranafast to learn Irish and hang out for weeks on end with people who became really, really special friends to me for my whole life. And I learned the Irish language there, and I also learned a repertoire of songs that has stayed with me and is really the foundation of a lot of my repertoire. When the Centre for Irish Music started up in the mid-2000s, 2005 or so, I was delighted to get to share a lot of the songs that I learned as a teenager and tell stories about all that. And I taught some Irish language too, by the way. And with the passing of time, I began to realise that I had some really special students, and they took an interest first in the songs and then in the Irish language, and several of them became really devoted to the Irish language. Some of them have gone to Ireland, and they have attended courses in Donegal, where my cultural roots are with my songs and the language and so on. So that is just means so much to me. As a kind of seminal occasion for me, just a couple of years ago, I was having a party at our house, and lots of musicians, of course, were there. And over the period of about an hour later in the evening, we switched to singing songs, and then one of a student had taught, sang a song in Irish, and then not long after, a different one who wasn't really connected sang a song in Irish, and then a third one, again, these weren't like a group of people together, sang a song in Irish. And there I was sitting in Minnesota, listening to these Minnesota youngsters singing these songs that I had learnt far off there in Donegal, on the west coast of Donegal. And was privileged and delighted to bring those songs all the way over here, sitting back and knowing that those singers, young singers, were now singing these songs in Minnesota, and maybe they'll pass them on to their children or grandchildren or the students.
It's neat and trig, all in the month of May. She hoists her sail with the pleasant gale, all on the raging sea. Her crew she been well manned, and her anchor she let sway, as down the foil away did toil, bound for America. The wind it blew from the southeast, the weather it was clear. At nights when I should slumber, I think all on my dear. These words I says unto myself as I did walk alone. I wish my darling was safe back once more to the nation. Oh, well, it is a pleasant place where fine ships they do lie, and likewise sweet Magellan, where fine ships they do sail by. My love, she is Diana bright, she's the girl I do adore, and she's left me here in bondage to the men down there in shore. Had I Peru or Mexico or India's golden store, I'd gladly share them with my love. She's the girl I do adore. For want of pen to move my hand, for learning I need skill, and my rural habitation's in the centre of Mobile. I'll pluck the finest flowers that grow in the month of May. I'll take 2 letters from the herb that's hoist on Patrick's Day. I'll place those letters carefully that stand at number 4, and they'll spell the name of that fair dame once sailed from Erin's shore.
Could I get the special tacos that you do, but can you hold the jalapenos? Would that be okay? Thanks very much. And maybe one of those other kind of burgery things? Sorry. Hello, everybody. We're going great. Things are just in. Hold on. Breaking news. We're at the halfway mark, ladies and gentlemen. I was taking a break. We're at the halfway mark. $10,000 is in. With a matching donation, that makes it $20,000. How about that? Give yourselves a big round of applause. All it takes is another dollar from 10,000 of you out there, each giving $1. And we're there. You can donate here, scan here. Anyway, thanks very much to our sponsors, Larkin Hoffman Attorneys, Celtic Junction Art Centre, Irish On Grand, who sent me lovely stuff in a box, Tin Whiskers Brewing, Dubliner Pub, and Century Link. And don't forget, if you give more than $100 right now, you're going to get in the mail, postage paid and packaging, a lovely handmade Celtic bookmark. And if you give $500, I'll shout out your name, like Leah and Ian Evision, Joe, Anna, and Mario Vano, Megan and Patrick Cole. Big donors every year. They're always there, ones that we can depend on, ladies and gentlemen, giving $500 each. How about that? And with that, we also got Tom Redshaw and Marilyn Miller, all the way from Bemidji. Thanks very much, Marilyn. Or maybe she's in the small studio in the other place across the water in Minneapolis. And the Flagstaff family. All the money's coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Take it on. Look. There you are. Right. Back to the show. Thanks very much. Yeah. No jalapenos, right? Thank you.
Thanks, Martine, and thanks everybody for donating. And thanks, we have a real life wait person here that can bring us our drinks, so we don't. We get our jalapenos whenever we want them. Thanks, Liam. That's great. So thanks, Martine, and geez, thanks everybody for contributing and making this event so successful so far. It's really going amazingly well, and we have another toast. Somehow, I don't know how I got to be the Toastmaster tonight. It's not a typical role that I play, but I'm delighted, of course, to be toasting. So I'm going to toast again. And I'm going to toast this time to our students and our instructors. So we heard from the incredible Dahi Sproul there. And you've heard my lovely wife, Nora, who's not only the director of the school, but one of our teachers. And Danny Diamond is teaching fiddle here at the school now, which is amazing. And you've seen a load of our students talking about what the school means to them. And that's all incredible. And we're going to hear from more instructors and more students as the evening goes on. But I have a toast for our students and for our instructors during this time when we're giving lessons online. And I thought I would read 3 quotes. I love history. So these are 3 quotes through the ages by players of different Irish instruments talking about the difficulties of learning Irish music. So I think our students especially might relate to some of these. So this is from the great Chief O'Neill, flute player and tune collector of Chicago around 1910. He says about tune titles, and the students would relate to this, the bewildering variety of settings or versions of traditional Irish tunes is fully equaled by the confusing diversity of names by which many of them are known. That's Chief O'Neill. And here's another one. This is from the mighty Donegal fiddle player, Neely Boyle, speaking in the 1950s here about the difficulties of ornamentation in Irish music. All our Irish music has to be embellished. We only get it in the music books very plainly, what I might call the skeleton or the bones. No beef. You must put the beef on it. Sorry to all the vegans out there. And then the third quote is from the mighty Seamus Ennis of Dublin, here speaking in the 70s, and he's a piper, so they have even a taller mountain to climb in learning Irish music. And here's what Seamus says. You know, there's an awful lot to be said about this Irish traditional folk music and folklore, because first of all, you have to learn it. And first, you must learn the talk. And then, you must learn the grip. And after that, you must learn the truckly how. And then you have the whole lot, only just to keep practicing it. So,
here's to all of you, all of our students and instructors, for navigating the bewildering variety and confusing diversity of tune names. Here's to all of you for putting the beef on it. And here's to all of you for pursuing the elusive Troccoli How, and for doing it all through your home internet connection. Cheers.
Cheers to our students. To our students. Thank you, Brian Miller.
Hey, no problem.
I learned something new every day from Brian Miller. So we are going to continue on with our music, and welcome to those of you who have just joined us. This is Éigse CIM, a virtual gala event, and this is a fundraiser for the Center for Irish Music and Irish Music School based right here in St. Paul, Minnesota. We have people joining us from all over the world. We have Canadians, we have Irish people staying up way too late just to be a part of this. And we have people right here in Minnesota and all across the United States joining us tonight. Thank you so much for being here with us. And I'm going to introduce the next musical selection. This is from the Minnesota Irish Music Weekend at Home 2020. Way back in March, April 2020, we realized that we could not have our festival in person. We had gotten visas for Conal O'Grada and Matt Kranich and Benny McCarthy, and we were so excited to bring them here, and it became very apparent that we were not going to be able to bring them here. So we decided that we would have an online festival and online workshops and just figure it out. And we did. We figured it out, and everybody also was up for it, and we had this fantastic festival. It was one of the first traditional Irish music teaching festivals that happened ever, and it was wonderful. And part of that, maybe one of the best parts of that event, was a live stream from right here at the Celtic Junction Arts Center. On Saturday night, we had 3 musicians who were kind of newly local, and well, except for Brian Miller, although he is from Bemidji, which is not local, and they performed for us. And so this is part of that concert. You're going to be hearing Sean Gavin from Detroit playing the Uilleann pipes. Uilleann means elbow in Irish.
He's got the Troccoli How.
He definitely has the Troccoli How. And we're gonna play this track for you. And Sean Gavin is a musician who I have lots of respect for. He's a wonderful friend as well. And he was here in Minnesota for 3 years while his partner Kelsey was studying. And now they have both moved back to Michigan. And we miss Sean, but this is a wonderful musical selection from him. And Sean is still teaching for us. And if it weren't for COVID and all of these things that have happened, I don't know if Sean would be teaching for us. So it's one of the gifts. So please welcome to the stage, Sean Gavin.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Nora, for the kind words. And also, thanks for doing such a great job this weekend. This is kind of the first time I've ever done one of these things online before, and it's been great. I'm surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised that Nora was able to pull it off, but I'm surprised that I didn't run into more problems myself dealing with Zoom and the audio settings and this and that and all kinds of things that I don't know a whole lot about. But well done to Nora and all the volunteers and everybody here at CJAC as well for pulling off a great event, even though we're all kind of stuck in our own little spaces. But kind of felt like we were actually all together, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to start off with a couple tunes. I think I'm going to do some hornpipes to start. These are two hornpipes that were recorded by Michael Gallagher, who was a great piper from Leitrim and made 78s, and was a friend of Kevin Henry, who is a hero of mine and a giant in Irish music who just passed away recently. And he told me that Michael Gallagher was actually a flute player first when he met him, and he met him in England before they even moved. Either of them had moved to America, and that's pretty wild. That's going back a ways. Anyhow, and Wigham, I think, was the name of the place. So this is the Plains of Boyles in Leitrim, and the Leitrim Fancy. So no, Boyles and Roscommon. What am I talking about? Anyway, the Leitrim Fancy is a Leitrim tune. Anyway, so I'll play these two hornpipes, and I hope you like them. Thanks.
Hello, everybody. You're watching Éigse CIM, a virtual Gaela event 2021, ladies and gentlemen. Here I am outside the Celtic Junction here, and it's a beautiful winter's day. We're quite happy and warm inside, but we said we'd just give you a look at the Celtic Junction outside, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Look at it. A beautiful place with purpose-built music rooms for all of the students here, online or at home, and great recording studio, 2 recording studios in fact, and the sound stage. I recorded my album From Cork with Love, and here with Nora Rendell, Brian Miller, and special guest Nathan Gorley. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm frozen. I won't stay here long. Just an update that we're at $14,000. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, match to make it $28,000. We're well over halfway there. Only $12,000 to go. That's really only $66,000 from you out there watching. Keep the dollars, keep the $5 coming. If you give more than $100, you get a Celtic handmade bookmark posted to you. If you do $500, you get your name shouted out. Like right now, I'm going to shout out to the Pasquarelli family, ladies and gentlemen, who gave over $500. Sarah and Jeff Larson. How about that? John Matthews and Suk Jing Ung, whose people are watching all the way from Thailand. Laura Coleman and 2 other additional anonymous donors. Ladies and gentlemen, the money is coming in. Great. Right, I'm going to go inside. And inside, what's going on for you, ladies and gentlemen, right now? We have a beautiful concert. There's another album coming out. My God, Brian Miller is so prolific in the pandemic. Mary Vinorni, John McCormick and Brian Miller, they're releasing an album on Sunday, March 7th, trying to separate themselves from the Let Fly with Danny Diamond. Anyway, they're going to be doing it Central Time, 6 to 7 on the 7th of March. Check out Mary Vinorni's Facebook page for the live concert. Okay, back to you in the studio. Thanks very much, Michelle. It's freezing.
Hi, we're glad to be here tonight for Éigse, and I'm joined by John McCormick and Brian Miller. We're going to play a set of reels off our new album called In the Tap Room. We got together during the pandemic about sometime last fall and recorded an album of 19 tracks of jigs, reels, hornpipes, and polkas. It's coming out on March 7th. So the tunes we're going to play tonight are Cooley's Morning Dew, followed by Cooley's Reel and Dowd's Number 9. Take it away, John.
All right.
Thank
A unique part of the Center for Irish Music is its dedication to making the music as accessible as possible to anyone who's interested.
I really like the fact that it's such a vibrant community, and it's made up of people from all walks of life, all ages.
There aren't many traditional Irish music schools around the country, and so having the CIM here in St. Paul is invaluable, in my opinion.
Irish music is made for community. Like, it's intrinsically tied to culture and community in Ireland. And for us to be able to give back and to take our music out into our local community here, it enriches the students in their learning and development, and it enriches the community. What it does is that you have this art form that nourishes the community that's and in turn the community comes back and it nourishes the art form because it's a developing tradition and it's continually evolving and changing.
This place is so connected to the community with the Irish culture in the Twin Cities, as well as the different musical endeavors that are around town that CIM connects into. I think it's really important to kind of support what's going on here so that we can continue to operate such an amazing organization.
It's cost prohibitive for people to buy a lot of these instruments when they don't even know whether they want to play them or not. And so the instrument rental program has really just grown naturally, just kind of organically through the need of the students.
If you have a student or an adult come in who wants to play the harp, it's a lot of money up front. The average kind of entry-level harp is about $3,500.
If I wasn't able to rent an instrument, I don't think I would have been playing instruments. I can't just buy a harp because I don't even know if I like it. I don't know, like, who knows if I'd want to quit. So, like, renting them really helps you like just figure out, oh, is this something I want to play?
When I first started harp, I did rent one from the CIM, and it really helped me get harp started and just helped me learn.
It's difficult to get your hands on a set of pipes, whether it's finding a maker, finding a set, or getting the money together to get one. So having the sets here for rent for a very, very modest cost is a great opportunity for anybody who might be interested in giving it a try.
The CIM has developed a really positive reputation among the Irish American traditional music community as well as the music community in Ireland.
It's sort of a nexus for what the tradition is here. My fondest dream is to have one of our kids go play someplace and have players who know what they're talking about go, oh, that's a St. Paul kid. I've heard that sound before.
I'm both a donor and a volunteer at the school. It's such a unique place, and I really want it to be accessible to as many people as possible.
It's more than just teaching individuals Irish music. It's a broadening of awareness about Irish culture.
I think more people should know about the Center for Irish Music because they have an opportunity to learn really good music from really good teachers.
There's so many more people who are playing at a really high level of traditional music, and what's happening is that they're coming here, but then they're going out and they're going to do programs in the community through the ensemble programs in nursing homes and performances, and also it really reflects very well back on the school because we are teaching these kids to play music at a very high level.
It's not coming here and learning an instrument. It's like you make relationships with your teachers. Like the teachers I have, I feel like they're second parents to me. It's like a whole community because you make friends that play the same instruments or different instruments, and you learn how to play together. And like it's so much more than just learning an instrument.
One of my most favorite things that's happened during this COVID time at home has been the Common Tune session that happens each week on Zoom. CIM creates these common repertoires to share with the students and teachers and community members so that we have tunes that we can play together, which is a big draw for Irish musicians. Last spring, we finished the 2020 Common Set of Tunes in March, right as COVID came on the scene. And so we decided to create this session last spring to make it more accessible to the community. So the Common Tune session happens on Zoom each week. There's anywhere from 25 to 50 participants coming from all over the country, as well as a really strong local presence from here in the Twin Cities. The session's really been a magical happy hour of tunes that happens each week. And it's nice to check in and see familiar faces. And we also learn a new tune together and then play through the sets of tunes from the common repertoire. Having a weekly session has afforded us that opportunity to really layer on the learning. And for some students, that's, feeling confident in playing the tunes. For some, it's being able to lead a set of tunes and take it elsewhere, play it in other Zoom sessions. And for some, they're learning it on a second or third instrument.
Until I next see you, safe home will you go. Safe home, safe home, safe home will you go. Until I next see you, safe home will you go.
I want children singing with their parents. I want children singing with each other. I just think music is people's birthright, and every person can have music in their lives, and they can be musical participants, not just musical consumers.
Your support over the past 3 years has fueled an exciting resource development initiative that we're completing during COVID and planning to launch in fall 2021. The project is to solidify 4 terms of Celtic Cuties songs and rhymes, creating artful CD and book packages that families can bring home, offering an immersive musical experience for their children. Once completed, this project will help us offer an even better Cuties class and also serve as a resource that our instructors can use to teach young beginners in private lessons.
My Aunt Jane, she took me in, she poured me tea out of her wee tin. Rap, 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 sugar on the top, 3 black lumps out of her wee shop.
You're watching Éigse CIM, a virtual Gaela event. We're delighted to have you here, ladies and gentlemen. The night's going great. Just to let you know, we're up to $36,000. We're $4,000 off the mark, ladies and gentlemen. Only $4,000 to go. Can we make it? Yes, we can. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're on to my favourite part of the show. And, the next generation isn't something you think about until you have one yourself. And I have my 2 boys, Milo, who's 7, and Finn, who's 4, watching this right now. And in my heart, all I want is for them to be able to sing a few songs in English or in Irish and to play a few tunes on an instrument. Wouldn't that be the want of every parent? And of course, here for the last 3 years at the Centre for Irish Music, they've been developing the Celtic Cuties, which gives the opportunity for parents and toddlers to come in and start their journey on Irish music together at such a young age, and it's beautiful. And here we have the Von Rendell Miller Troupe, who are ready for Eurovision, given their rendition of "Oh, I Can Wash My Daddy's Shirt."
My name is Izzy. My dad is Stinky.
B-U. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I can wash my daddy's shirt. Oh, I can wash it clean. Oh, I can wash my daddy's shirt and dry it on a green. Oh, I can wash my mommy's shirt. Oh, I can wash it clean. Oh, I can wash my mommy's shirt and dry it on the green. Oh, I can wash my brother's shirt. Oh, I can wash it clean. Oh, I can wash my brother's shirt and dry it on the green. Oh, I can wash my sister's shirt, oh, I can wash it clean. Oh, I can wash my sister's shirt and dry it on the green. Oh, I can wash my cousin's shirt, oh, I can wash it clean. Oh, I can wash my cousin's shirt and dry it on the green. Oh, I can wash my grandpa's shirt, oh, I can wash it clean. Oh, I can wash my grandpa's shirt and dry it on the green. Oh, I can wash my grandma's shirt, oh, I can wash it clean. Oh, I can wash my grandma's shirt and dry it on the green.
Well, wasn't that fantastic, everybody? Unbelievable. The Von Rendell Miller's troupe, ladies and gentlemen, with Oh, I Can Wash My Daddy's Shirt. Well, just to let you know, there's about a minute and a half left at the silent auction, and there's still loads of options to be bid on that have no bids. They're going real cheap right now, so get in and get out. So you can go now to scan the QR code or bid from centreforirish.music.org/Gaela. See what's there. There's loads to be had. Winners take all, ladies and gentlemen. Winners take all. And now, an update from Éigse. We have $18,000 raised, and that's matched to make it $36,000. What? No, it's in. We've $19,000 raised. That's up to $38,000. There's only $1,000 to go. We're flying it. We're nearly there. You could be the one to push us over the mark and go beyond the top of the mountain that we have set for ourselves today. Anyway, don't forget, the silent auction is closing. Thanks very much to the sponsors who could make this night possible. Larkin Hoffman Attorneys, Celtic Junction Art Centre, Irish on Grand, Tin Whiskers Brewing, Dubliner Pub and Century Link. Well, it's fantastic, ladies and gentlemen, isn't it? It's really exciting. Are we going to make it? I thought it was fairly daunting at the start, but the gathering of community through music here, ladies and gentlemen, tonight at this Gaela event is just intoxicating. Open your wallet now and throw it into the phone and see what happens. Or you can use your phone and take a picture of where you are. Put it up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Bebo, MySpace, whatever you're having yourself, and tag Gaela. CIM. Anyway, on with the show, everybody. Here we go. Todd Menton, an instructor from Centre of Irish Music, been there almost since the beginning of time. Live from the Celtic Junction stage. Thanks very much. I'm saying you're ready to go, Todd. Is it Todd? There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Martin.
One of the original
Thanks very
teachers.
much, everybody, for tuning in. In 1841, put my corduroy breeches on. Put my corduroy breeches on to work upon the railway. To work upon the railway.
In 1842, knew just what I had to do. Knew just what I had to do to work upon the railway. To work upon the railway. In 1843, I sailed on a ship across the sea. Sailed a ship across the sea to work upon the railway. To work upon the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, sewing in stitches, digging ditches, throwing switches. I'm working on the railway. I'm weary of the railway. Poor Paddy works on the railway. In 1844, landed on America's shore. Landed on America's shore to work upon the railway. To work upon the railway. In 1845, found myself just barely alive. Found myself just barely alive, working on the railway. Working on the railway. In 1846, changed my trade to carrying bricks. I changed my trade to carrying bricks, working on the railway. Working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, sewing in stitches, digging ditches, throwing switches. I'm working on the railway. I'm weary of the railway. Poor Paddy works on the railway. In 1847, thought that I'd be going to heaven. Thought that I'd be going to heaven, working on the railway. Working on the railway. In 1848, I learned to drink the whiskey straight. I learned to drink my whiskey straight, working on the railway. Working on the railway. In 1849, found myself at the end of the line. I found myself at the end of the line, working on the railway. Working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, sewing in stitches, digging ditches, throwing switches. I'm working on the railway. I'm weary of the railway. Poor Paddy works on the railway. I'm weary of the railway. Poor Paddy works on the railway.
At the Centre for Irish Music, we know Irish music is a vibrant, living tradition made up of songs, dance tunes, and the stories of the people who sing and play them. Part of our mission of handing down the tradition is to make this rich cultural tradition accessible to as many people as possible right here in Minnesota. Over 17 years, the Centre for Irish Music has collaborated with schools, local Irish cultural organizations, and with established nonprofits like the Ordway Theatre and the Cedar Cultural Centre, exposing thousands of people to Irish culture and music. Some of the best collaborations have been the most musically complex, like when the East Metro Symphony Orchestra asked us to work with them on their Irish concert. In order for our students to play with the orchestra, we needed scores for trad band and orchestra. Our instructor, Dahi Sproul's connection to his band Altan, gave us access to the orchestral arrangements that they had commissioned for their 25th anniversary album with the RTE Orchestra. We created an ensemble specifically for this collaboration, working for 6 months to learn and adapt Altan's parts to the instruments that our students played. These collaborations are exciting and fruitful, and they require a surprising amount of resources. Long-term planning, relationship building, access to hybridized repertoire that crosses worlds from the oral tradition into the written tradition, time and expertise. They are definitely worth the effort, which is why we are thrilled to announce the Frank Pasquarella Memorial Outreach Fund. There are few who have stood behind these educational outreach initiatives more than Frank, a special person in our community who we lost this past year. Frank Pasquarella was an indefatigable music educator who spent the past 23 years as a band director at Eastview High School. He also created one of the most exciting collaborations that the Center for Irish Music has been involved in so far. Here's the story behind it. Frank's daughter, Carmen, met a flute player and maker, Eamon Cotter, at the Minnesota Irish Music Weekend in 2013. Carmen was 11 at the time and ready for a keyed wooden flute. Frank and Maria ordered a flute from Eamon, and a friendship developed between them, planting a seed that grew into a very cool project. The next year, Frank helped organize a tour for his band to Ireland, featuring arrangements of Irish music which Frank researched himself, incorporating solos by Eamon Cotter and even 12-year-old Carmen. Frank took the time to curate a beautiful program, pulling on all of his resources and passion for Irish music to make it happen. Before the Irish tour, Eamon Cotter came to Minnesota, and Frank organized a workshop for the Eastview Band by the Center for Irish Music's instructors. Over 85 band students listened to our music and learned about the oral tradition, about the Celtic Junction Arts Center and the Center for Irish Music's programs. It made a lasting impression on them, and on us too. We know that this kind of collaboration is important and has a great impact. Your support tonight and in the future will help to build the resources that the Center for Irish Music needs to respond to these calls for creative collaborations and to provide the time and artistic support to make cross-cultural projects like this possible. You'll be hearing more from us about the Frank Pasquarella Memorial Outreach Fund. Thanks to Maria and the Pasquarella family for their $5,000 donation to start this fund. We will launch a crowdfunding campaign in the summer to bring as many people as possible along with us on our journey. We want to make band and orchestral collaborations with Center for Irish Music easier for dedicated music educators just like Frank. CIM is here to stay, and we want to keep raising more awareness about the beautiful, deep musical tradition of Ireland.
Wow, it's so amazing to see all those wonderful photos and to hear all those stories. And here we have Liam O'Shea, our wonderful server for the night. Thank you, Liam.
Thanks, Liam.
And he's brought us some Irish coffees. So please, I hope you have some drinks out there of any kind. It can be water, Coke, sparkling water, an Irish coffee, or some Tin Whiskers beer, maybe something you can get at the Dubliner, who have also sponsored this wonderful event. I want to please take a moment to raise a glass to our special friend, Frank Pasquarella, his wife, Maria, and his daughters, Carmen and Gabby. Let's raise a glass and remember Frank in particular. So here's a glass. And we love you, Frank, and we miss you already. And you'll hear more about this fund. We're really, really excited. And of course, we've been doing outreach for all these years, and we have so many more ideas and things that we'd like to do. So the night is going great, friends. This is a fundraiser. This is Éigse CIM, a virtual gala event, just in case you just joined us. My name's Nora Rendell, and I am the Executive Artistic Director, a teacher here, and I'm here with my husband, Brian Miller. And we are just getting near the end of the night. Actually, we're getting closer to the end. Thank you for sticking with us. It's wonderful that you're here with us. I think that's pretty much everything that I have to say right now. I'm going to hand it over to Brian, who is going to talk a little bit about the next musical selection. But before that, I just remembered what I was going to say. And I didn't have a drink. But I'm not going to, because it's going to get all over me. And so I'm going to talk about the people that I want to thank for making this event happen. Some special people, and I want to share that with you. Make sure you know how much it takes to make an event like this happen, how much it takes to make an organization like this happen. So I just want to recognize the Celtic Junction Arts Center, in other words, Natalie and Cormac and their board, and all of their amazing friends and supporters and people who help them to do what they do, which really helps us to do what we do. And we would not be here without the Celtic Junction and the Celtic Junction Arts Center and the whole world that we are a part of. So thank you so much for everything that you're doing. They've been a part of this production team, as every production that CIM has put on, Natalie and Cormac have been a part of. But I also want to do a shout out to Pete McCauley and Michelle McGregor, two fantastic musicians in our community who also happen to have very high-grade technical skills. And they, when COVID hit, they just jumped in and said, what can we do to help? And I said, a lot of things. And they said, sure, great. And here we are tonight. So thank you so much to you guys for helping us make this work and make it possible. And isn't this magical and amazing? Thank you for all of you for being here with us tonight. And now I will hand it over to Brian.
Yes, indeed. This is our last, I guess, full piece of music here that we're sharing for the night. And this is another virtual collaboration between 4 of our instructors. So we're going to have Sean Egan on the, what's he playing, the keyboard?
It's actually 3 musicians, and Sean Egan does a preface. So Sean
he
Egan,
doesn't actually play.
No, he doesn't.
But he did the arrangement.
Yes, so Sean Egan.
So Sean Egan made the arrangement, and he teaches piano at the school. And then the 3 musicians that you'll see are Corey Freilich, Cormac O'Shea, and Rosa Wells. But Sean is going to start things off with his own musical appeal to your support. And we're so thankful that so many people have supported the Center for Irish Music tonight. It's always incredible every year for me at Éigse to see how many people turn up and how many people support this organization, support the work we do throughout the year, and just people that just get it too, you know, and just understand what we're at. Maybe, you know, not everybody has the truckly how, but you know,
we all try.
We're all in support of the pursuit of the truckly how. And with that, this is a beautiful tune by the great harpist and composer Turlough Carolyn, way back ages and ages ago, and arranged here by Sean Egan and performed by 3 of our instructors, Rosa, Cormac, and Corey. Take it away.
Come all you brave donors and listen to our music, then give us some money, 'cause we sure could use it. We fill up our students with tunes and with songs, but without your support, we can't do it for long.
We would sit around in the 80s, I suppose, starting, and most of the guys were my age and older in those days, and say, "What? Look around, guys. There's nobody here that's really much younger than we are. There's some guys 10 or 15 years younger, but there's no kids. Nobody's starting out. Somebody should do something about this. Somebody." Well, we were somebody. And it was when Kate Dowling decided that she would do something about it, and got some of her friends and started putting it together, and trying to overcome a lot of the financial and organizational problems. They expected that it would be a lot easier to do than it was. But now that we have it done, it's one of these things when you look back on life, I guess, of all the things I've done in my life, that CIM is probably my major legacy besides my two sons, you know. But it's right up there.
CIM is a really strong nonprofit organization. I've ran a nonprofit museum for 25 years, and so I know what it takes to run a good nonprofit. And CIM has all the ingredients. You know, it's got a strong volunteer base. It's got a very strong set of instructors, so the quality of the education is really high, and the commitment and passion for the music is really high among the instructors and all the administrative staff as well.
The instructors are just top-notch. They're professionals. They understand the tradition of the music. They can share the culture behind the music.
The Center for Irish Music has extraordinary offerings, not just teaching in instruments and song, but poetry and Irish language and theory and all kinds of wonderful classes and ensembles. It has so much to offer, and it's a multi-generational place.
The Center for Irish Music helps me connect with my family's Irish heritage in incredible ways, in ways that I wish would have been available when I was a kid. But I'm loving having the opportunity now, and I guess handing down the tradition to my kids and connecting them with their heritage.
You can learn the language. You can sing in Gaelic. You can do all kinds of things other people can't do if you want to come here and learn. But whether you're a child or an adult, like me, I didn't start until I was in my late 30s, but it's been a major part of my life ever since.
This has just been such a valuable experience for our children.
So you see little tiny ones and people probably in their 90s, and it's a big family.
You know, it's something I'm really proud of. Where we're going to be in another 5 or 10 years, I don't know. We get such great support from the local community, not just the Irish community, but the community in general. And it's been really gratifying to see the number of people that have come here for lessons or concerts, but folks that just come right out of the blue and say, I'm Polish, but I like Irish music, and I'm going to learn how to play the fiddle. My dad used to say that anybody that sits and listens to a good reel or jig and they're not tapping their foot, they're either dead or stupid, the saying went. It's this universality of the music that makes it so great.
It's really one of the largest Irish music schools in the country. We, as a member of the board, we look to see what other comparable organizations are out there, because you like to be able to compare yourself and say, how are we doing? And we're actually doing quite well.
You can learn something here you can use the rest of your life. You can gain information here about Ireland, your culture in general, the music, the instruments, that you can't get anyplace else. It's not taught anyplace else.
Music by ear. Music is great. Irish music is better.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've been here throughout the night for Éigse CIM, a virtual Gaela event 2021. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Snowstorms, blizzards, all sorts of events have tried to stop this, but no, we kept it going, ladies and gentlemen. A pandemic could not stop the will of the people to get this Gaela event off the ground. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, they set the bar to the highest ever. $40,000 in one night. Would you believe it? For a school of Irish music in Minnesota, the Great White North. Well, it's been a great white night because, ladies and gentlemen, we have passed the mark of $40,000. How about that? And donations are still coming in. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. You did it. You did it out there watching tonight. You made it happen. And I have 2 more shout outs for people that gave more than $500. The Giorgio family and Eileen and Mike Degnan. Ladies and gentlemen, what a night. What a thrill for me to be part of this. Even though I spent 6 winters in Minnesota, the best memories I have of all of that are the nights at Éigse at the Celtic Junction. And here we are coming to the end of the night. Thank you very much for staying. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you for giving to making music, create a community, not just in Minnesota, but all over the world, as they're given their love, as they travel from the Twin Cities out beyond the skirts of the Mississippi River, spreading the great joy of Irish music. Thanks very much to tonight's event sponsors, Lark and Hoffman Attorneys, Celtic Junction Arts Centre, Irish on Grand, Tin Whiskers Brewing, Dubliner Pub and Century Link. Thanks to the friends for spreading the word to making this event such a big success. Irish Music and Dance Association, Rink and the Cree Irish Dance, O'Shea Irish Dancers, Irish Fair of Minnesota, who helped publicise this big event. Don't forget you can still give at centreforirishmusic.org/Gaela, Gaela. And don't forget to make a hashtag for yourself, Gaela CIM. Take a picture of where you are. Maybe you're in a happier mood than you were earlier, but you'll be in a greater mood knowing that you have made it possible for the Centre for Irish Music to be even better than it ever was, because tonight they've raised more money than any year in their 11 years of Éigse CIM. And it couldn't be done without a massive team, ladies and gentlemen, that have been preparing for months. And I am but a small cog in the wheel, because in the studio of the Celtic Junction, you have Pete Macaulay of Macaulay Media behind the bandstand, raking it all in through the interwaves, spreading it out through the interweb. And then on the outer skirts, in a suburb of St. Paul, a place called Minneapolis, Michelle McGregor with Evolution, ladies and gentlemen, way out in Minneapolis, is spreading it throughout the world, connecting us all from everywhere. And then we have Cormac and Natalie and the O'Shea family creating this wonderful atmosphere that you can find nowhere else, ladies and gentlemen. We have Éigse at the controls telling us what we got, and she just sent me a message to say that $12,000 was collected through the silent auction. And the silent auction doesn't happen by accident. There was tons and tons of people gave from their own hearts, ladies and gentlemen, to make it happen, that they could have something to offer in the silent auction, which raised a lot of money. And a big shout out to the Morellis family, ladies and gentlemen. Money is still coming in. This is so exciting as we come to the crescendo of the night. And there was a Gaela in a box. I had a box here. You can go back on Facebook and look it up. But boxes were sent out throughout the world. A Gaela in a box where you had a beautiful place setting. You had menus for all things vegan, meat eaters, drinkers, non-alcoholic drinks. The whole lot was there. And if a beautiful bow tie, look at that, came from the Gaela in a box. Anyway, this can't be done with the likes of Eileen Dignan making it happen, and Emily Flagstaff sending it out, ladies and gentlemen. Christo Swen, he was making it all great, ladies and gentlemen. Such a big team. The names go on, and there's musicians hanging around in masks in a really uncomfortable situation for the love of Centre for Irish Music, ladies and gentlemen, to make tonight so exciting for you, for me, for everyone that's involved, because this is not just one, but a whole community building Irish music, not for today, but for the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me say goodnight and thank you very much for being with us. We're going to finish off now with the finale. Nora, will you tell us about it? Roll it there, Michelle, and good luck from California.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been a wonderful night, and so we have one more song to leave you with called The Singer's Request, and everybody's going to join us for this one, all of the instructors and a bunch of our students, and we hope you'll join us as well. So here you go, The Singer's Request.
Dark the night and long till day, do not bid us further stray. Oh, dark the night and long till day, do not bid us further stray.
Now the sun it doth decline, pour the beer and pour the wine. Let us lead your thoughts astray from the world and from the day.
Dark the night and long till day, do not bid us further stray. Oh, dark the night and long till day, do not bid us further stray.
Songs of history, love and war and mystery. We can lead you from despair, or can cheer the darkening air.
Dark the night and long till day, do not bid us further stray. Oh, dark the night and long till day, do not bid us further stray. see the ending through, then we'll turn and say to you, dark the night and long till day, do not bid us further stray. Oh, dark the night and long till day, do not bid us further stray. Dark the night and long till day, do not bid us further stray. Dark the night and long till day, do not bid us further stray.
Thank you for supporting the Centre for Irish Music.
Míle buíochas sunmardaíocht the CIM. Many thanks for your support for the Centre for Irish Music.
Your support tonight is connecting many players of many generations.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
We hope you had a great time.
Thank you for supporting the Centre for Irish Music.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
Have a very good evening.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight and supporting the Centre for Irish Music.
And for being a part of Éigse 2021.
Have a good night, everyone.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for supporting the Centre for Irish Music.
Gurma Yugwiv, Galer, as a violin and octa. Agus Gurma Yugwiv fresh and Fuigwij, Takiok Lesson CIM. Slánanish, Togabugay is all more.
See you next year.
Thank you.